Today we require you to step into a place that might feel a little bit scary, but we're going to be able to create incredible things. So I'm going to teach you today, this week, about the art of being everywhere. So let's get into it. The art of being everywhere. When it comes to playing the game in the digital space, you have to be able to consistently show up with valuable content and break through the noise of everything else that's being posted on social media. I know these tools enable us to connect with our ideal audience on a really granular level, but the reality is, so can everybody else. So our social feeds are being bombarded, being flooded with content that is of varying levels of value, but we want you to stand out from the crowd, right? We want to increase our levels of perception so that we can increase our engagement and ultimately increase our conversions, right? If you've been around in the visibility hacking community for a little bit, you understand what those three different areas are for our goal setting. And so how do we break through that social noise? How do we become the person who can be everywhere at the same time without having to pull out our hair? That is a journey that I have been on for quite a while. And I realized the power of being everywhere. Because before my brand was anything that anyone knew about, I was just hustling it on different Facebook groups, in different communities, in different in-person programs. I was hustling it like it was nobody's business. But eventually, when I realized that I can leverage the things that I'm already doing and start to post them in places that make it look like I'm live, or at least make it look like I have a substantial presence on that platform. And once I clued into that, everything changed in my business. I know I say that constantly, but I mean it, because what happened was I stopped having to go out and find new customers. And instead, I turned to my messages and realized that because I had been positioning myself as the expert in my niche, and I had been creating content and putting it out there in a way that made it look like I was everywhere, customers started finding me. They started realizing what it is that I do. What kinds of tangible results do my people get when they work with me? They started to realize that without me having to sit on any kinds of sales calls. Because you guys know me, if you've been here before, I was afraid to ask for $100 for my work. And now I'm able to sign $100,000 deals in a day, in a weekend, multiple over the course of a week if I really needed to with my business. And that transformation happened when I stopped having to chase down leads. And instead, I created a connection machine that allowed my ideal customers who were out there to find me, to self-qualify themselves as an ideal client for me, to reach out and do the legwork themselves to get in touch with me. And by the time I said yes to taking them on as a client, they were ready to work with me. That took a lot of headache off of my shoulders. It took a lot of work off of my shoulders and my team, and allowed us to focus on actually growing the business, on serving and over-delivering to those clients who have chosen to work with us. And so today, in this episode, this conversation is all about building that, or playing in the art and science of being everywhere. I'm going to share with you some strategies that we use that worked at the beginning of our business, that hold true now and hold true to our clients who are pushing 8 and 8+ figures in their business as well. So this is really cool. And what I love about it is that the tools we have at our fingertips, be them our cell phones, our laptop computers, the things that aren't actually going to cost hundreds and thousands of dollars like traditional marketing could cost for your business. These are tools that allow us to connect with those customers. It allows us to present ourselves as the expert, to share that expertise, and to automate the process of onboarding and indoctrinating those who are interested in working with us, which is all of my favorite things to do in one. So today's adventure into connection machines is all about micro content.